Some of you have asked me, why do you animate yourself in your videos instead of just showing us footage? And basically it's because when I'm doing an explainer that involves kids, I can't just film my actual class of kids without explicit permission. So I use my 3D skills to make a visual explainer. And I'll do my best here to show you how these kids designed a 3D printed town for bugs. But just as importantly, why? So for those of you who don't know, for the past year, I've run weekly classes where I get a room full of kids to take part in my after-school club, where each week I give them a new design brief. So one week they'll design their own fidget spinner, and the next, they'll design a shell for a crab. And once the design is completed, I scan in their model with my phone, and I have it 3D printed for them to collect the next week. But this week was special, because I had been trying to figure out for a while how to realistically get these kids to design a house, especially when the materials we would usually use were not that structurally sound. But I'd made my own prototype in the computer and gave it to a kid I knew, and his reaction was amazing. In fact, he accidentally gave me the idea when his mom showed me pictures of a ladybug he had befriended. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, and he really wanted to show me, so I thought I'd make him a little house to put them in. But I still couldn't figure out how to get these kids to design a 3D model of a house from scratch. Now, 2 days before my scheduled class, a friend of mine was chucking out a bunch of materials, and she asked me if I wanted any of them. So I swung by and sifted through a bunch of string, buttons, shells, sequins, just a load of typical craft stuff. Hold on. That's it! What laid before me was the cheapest, most abundant, and perfect material I could have asked for. Sheets of craft foam. So I took as many as I could home, and before I went to bed, I made this model here. And the night before my class, I 3D printed this copy. I just hoped that on the day, the kids would be able to make their own bug houses. But before we get there, I wanted to talk about this 3D print design club, because I initially did this as an experiment to see if I could pay off my 3D printer, but it's now turned into a functioning business. And I built this channel so that others could learn from what I did and start their own 3D print design club. Because as much as I've looked, I haven't been able to find a single other after-school club like mine. And I think it's just because nobody has made the blueprint for how to run it. That is, until now. Because if you follow my equation of 12 kids in a class, paying $15 each, running 2 classes in a day, for 2 days a week, when you sum all these things up, minus a $30 room rental fee for each hour, if you hit these targets, you will have easily cleared $2,000 in 1 month. Which for 2 days of work per week, that's better than DoorDash, or most jobs really. But I'll show you at the end how exactly you can get one of these clubs started yourself. Because in the meantime, I have a class to run. So I show up on the day, and since this is a summer class instead of after school, I wasn't sure who would attend. Luckily, I saw some of my regulars arrive, but since this was a class during the school break, I was expecting some new faces, which is exactly what I got. And I was sure the kids I've had before would get into this with no issue, but this was the first time in a while I was opening myself up to a largely cold audience. So once the kids settled down in their chairs, I started. Hey, I'm CJ, and today we're going to be designing our very own bug houses. Imagine there's already a bug village in your garden, and you're going to move in soon. What exactly would you want inside that village? And once you've made your bug house, I'm going to take a 3D scan of your model and have it 3D printed for you to pick up next week. Who's ready? And from this point onwards, these kids could not be contained. I hadn't even shown them how they were going to design these, and they were already incapable of sitting still. Okay, folks, so the way we'll design these is by taking a piece of card like this. We'll then take our clay and smush it into the card until we have this patch of ground. And what I want you to do is cut pieces of craft foam like this and jam it into your clay to make the walls. If you want to use scissors, you can cut out some windows and doors, but if you need to stick things together, come over to me and we'll lay down some hot glue. You guys ready? I'm not sure why I asked that a second time, because I knew already. They were locked in. I showed them my example model against the final result and let them get into it. And when I took a look around the room, a lot of them seemed to not just be making houses, but making social infrastructure. And it was split pretty 50-50, because one kid would make a house, and another would make a hospital. And since I had made this weird McMansion thingy, I thought the kids would just make the funnest house they could think of. But I guess I did prompt them when I said, imagine there's already a bug village in your garden, and you're going to move in soon. What exactly would you want inside that village? So I suppose that made for a good twist. And since the craft was particularly finicky, it did take up the whole hour. But the entire time, the kids were actually present and in the moment. And since some of these kids were new to my class and clearly had just been dragged along, they were still confused why they couldn't bring home their models, even at the end of the hour. So I had to reiterate that I was going to 3D print their bug houses. And then next week, they were going to pick them up and have their very own 3D printed bug house. So with all of the models completed, I said my goodbyes to that week's class, who were a really great bunch of kids. And before I show you the final models they made, I promised I'd tell you how exactly to run one of these clubs from scratch. And if you have a 3D printer, you're already like halfway there. Because I started a private community over on school.com. And for a sliver of the amount you could be making, I'll show you the exact blueprints for setting a class up like mine. Whether it's processing payments, finding a venue to host your club, or to get one-on-one advice from me for anything you're struggling with. The school also contains a completely new project for each week of your class, so you don't have to design and come up with your own lesson plan on the spot. I've done all of the trial and error for you, so you can follow my blueprint, the guy who literally invented this club. Because I can only host so many classes in my local area, and I can only imagine there's a similar market in your corner of the world, which makes this club super non-competitive. Now imagine working 2 days a week, making the same as a full-time DoorDasher, where nobody has even thought of competing against you, and you get to make a kid's day every single week. Now you tell me what's better than that. I'll leave a link down below to my school community. But like I said, here are the models they made. So after my McMansion, we have a watchtower and a house, followed by a swimming pool, which has a changing room here, then another house, but then we get a movie theater, and this is the projector screen on the side. We get another house with a garden outside, and of course we have a hospital. Once again, followed by a house, then a climbing area with a water fountain, then one more house, and lastly, some ancient ruins, which I personally interpret as like the Stonehenge of this bug village. Now, once I got these bug houses back to the kids, this was definitely one of the more impressive reactions I've gotten from my classes. Because I think doing some world building and seeing this come to life after designing these things, it's a little more profound than some of the other weeks where we just made things like fidget spinners. But that second week, we did another hour of just making bugs out of clay, so that we can make some friends for any bugs who decided they wanted to drop by. And after that, the summer class session was over. I've said this before, but when I have a group of kids like this who get really engaged in the lesson, it's super rewarding. And I know a lot of you out there have wanted to make money or have some kind of business where it actually feels intrinsically good, kind of like what I've got set up here. And this is totally doable and possible for someone else. I'm just the only one who's like properly started it right now. And I want to share that with the world because I think this is really good for the kids. I think that it can be good for you and it can make some money on the side. And it's like an honest business. You're not taking advantage of somebody. You're not trying to pump some crypto. You're actually doing a good thing for the world. So I want to explore that with a private community. So I'll leave the link to the school down below. But if you're still on the fence about maybe joining the school community or learning from me one-on-one, you can check one of these videos out where I do a bit more of a breakdown of how I set up a class and what's involved. Anyways, thanks for watching.